welcome to another video. I'm Gary, keep it simple. Okay, now this one is about doing the azimuth. This is how to actually adjust your azimuth. And we've got a problem with copyright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing back a proper tape, and you can see the trace, and you'll be able to hear the odd bit of audio. And I apologise, the sound's going to be a bit choppy. Very easy on these because the door literally pulls up. Now, it's not really fiddly. You just have to get it at the right angle. There we go. Now the way I've got this connected up is quite simple. I've got a tablet, which could be used as either audio out or audio in. It's used for both on this. I happen to have a lead which couples it direct into there, and it's going into my amplifier. So that's the input. The red one there is the input to the tablet. Those two are the output of the cassette deck, mono, because they're connected on a wire connector, and that's connected to it as well, so it all goes into just the one channel, which was the one I was using to monitor. On the input, just got a normal DRS lead from the tablet to the cassette deck. Right, so to make a backup tape, what I need to do is I need to make a recording. So I'm going to use this app. It's the QSoft dual channel function generator. It's free on Android. There must be an equivalent on iOS or whatever. But anyway, it's free on Android. And what I've got is I've got it set to 10 kilohertz, and I'm going to record a signal at 10 kilohertz. Now, why are you doing it at 10 kilohertz? I hear somebody shout. Well, this is simple. You see this tape here? This is an IEC test tape. And if you can zoom in on it, you can see it says azimuth 10 kilohertz. So it's good enough for that. It's good enough for this. Having recorded the tape, that's 10 kilohertz, as you can see by the spike, and it's got a nice big signal there, which I can then adjust back to when I want to make sure that everything's right. That's the whole point of the master tape, if you like. So that's where it should be, to be back to where it is now. Simple. Okay, so now looking at this deck, you can see there is a hole. Which is there above rewind button in the face here. Now that hole is specifically to be able to put a screwdriver in to adjust the azimuth. All you need is a screwdriver. This is the sort of screwdriver we need. It's a simple jeweler's screwdriver of the right size. Now if you look at that hole, you can see that the screw is one of those ones with the slot in it as well. Slot and crosshead, so that's fine. Now what I'm going to do is that screw there that you actually want to adjust. And so if we now pull back and have a quick look, see how it lines up. Now it's quite simple. You're looking at this trace of this playing now, and what we're going to be looking for is to see when the sound changes. Now if I adjust it here, the screwdriver sits nice and firm, and we're going to alter it. The effect this is going to have is going to make the sound muddy because it was correctly set to start with, but what we're doing is we're just altering it so that you can see the effects on it. If we look at the trace, which means that we've lost the high frequencies, it's gone muddy. I'm doing this voiceover now, if I turn it back, because of the problems of copyright. On the trace. This is a proper music cassette. Now when we're looking at this trace, what you're looking at is the high frequencies, which is to the right hand side of the screen. Not that easy. Right, there we go. You can see quite clearly how it's all trimmed. Right. Let's turn the screw. Very good at this. It will become less. Now you can see that the traces are getting quite higher now. Much less muddy. And that, in a nutshell, it's quite noticeable. I'll go further. I'll start losing it again. Well, lost it there. Take it back. Now we're pulling the levels back up again. You can keep an eye on the right hand side of this. There is a level display, the yellow thing there, popping up and down to give you an overall level. Now, as you can see here, we're looking at the display, and you can see now that it's coming up here. This is the bits you're looking for. These are the frequencies you want. These are the nice peaks you want. Be doing their thing. Right, now we've got the tape in there, and we're going to play back the 10 kilohertz that I recorded earlier on. There it is. That's the 10 kilohertz. Now I can't hear it, but you can clearly see it there. And what I am going to do is I'm going to just retweak the head, just to make sure that it's exactly right. And turn it down, and turn it back up, and turn it down again. And I'm going to turn it back up till we get the peak. Which is near enough there now. Which is near enough where I had it before. That's good. That's the peak. Right, so now this app is called Oscilloscope, and it's just trying to find out who it's by. Info. There we go. Oscilloscope version. It is very good. It is easy to use. I recommend that one. I don't get anything for saying that, just so you know. But this is very good. It was set perfectly okay, and it is now set perfectly okay. But you can see the difference it made. Anyway, I hope that you found it of interest, and give it a go if you want to, if you're sure. Thank you. Bye bye.